Well, welcome back to 12 Days of Christmas Ornaments. This is day 7, I believe, and we're working with molds today to make some beautiful, elegant, and simple ornaments. So, there were a couple flops in this video, which I'll share, which I think is important because you see these tutorials and you see them work perfectly for other people. And sometimes they just don't work out for you. And that's okay. You just keep going until you find something that works. So hit that subscribe button if you'd like to learn how to transform your furniture, your home, and most of all, you. Well, today we're working with some of that 10-minute casting resin and some redesign with Prima molds and then that cute little nutcracker mold. If you've seen some of the other videos in the series, you will see that I've used these before as well. I'll have a link to all of the products in the description below. So with that casting resin, you're going to mix equal parts of A and B. You stir it all together and then you pour it into the mold. It hardens in about 10 minutes, depending on your temperature, you know, humidity, those types of things. I like to put it in this Dixie cup so that then I can pour it nice and easy by crimping the sides. And then you're just going to fill it up to the very edge. You don't want it to what will happen is it will kind of round up and over before it spills out, and that's really too full because that means that your mold isn't going to lay flat on your ornament. And I'm going to be placing these on some ornaments that I already have that we're just going to refurbish. As I stated in the other videos, I am tweaking the color scheme on my tree this year. So I'm getting rid of all the red, the bright red, and using more of a cranberry color and really pulling into that deep teal color. So here's the fail. So I saw a tutorial where you could use caulking in your mold and then you would just pop it out the same as the other. But mine dried for at least 3 days and it still just never dried. As you see here, I'm trying to pop it out of the mold and it's just is rubbery and it's tacky and it's sticking all in the mold. So I'm hoping, cross my fingers, that once I get this out, that top layer out, that bottom layer will dry and I will be able to then clean it out. I also tried the hot glue method. And what I found is you couldn't get the back really flat, as well as it just didn't, there were air bubbles in it. So you couldn't, and I didn't know there were air bubbles in it because it's clear. So it didn't fill in perfectly and get all the details as nicely as the resin does. So right now, my favorite is the casting resin, but I also like the air dry clay as well. I find that you can get that pushed in there really well. And then they pop right out nicely after they dry. They just take much longer to dry and they do have a tendency to crack. So the resin is my favorite, even though it is a little toxic and a little messy and whatnot, but they make the best molds. So while they are still pliable, when you first take them out of the mold, they're very pliable. So what I'm doing is just taping it to my ornament. As I told you, I'm refurbishing some old ornaments. So don't freak out. I know it's a paint poured ornament and it is pretty, but I didn't ever like the mix of the colors. So I'm just going to refurbish this one. But see how pliable they are when you first take them out of the mold. And that way I'm taping them on at the shape of the ornament. And then once it hardens, it'll stay that shape. And you're just going to continue. I'm doing about 5 or 6 nutcrackers on this ornament so that they go all the way around it, kind of like they're marching in line around the ornament. So this was another flop um, project. I did some gold leafing on it, but the type of glue that I used, it just stays tacky. So I'm refurbishing the ones that I gold leaf last year because ugh, they're just gross. They're tacky and it just doesn't stop. I don't know. It just didn't dry for some reason. But I'm using a kind of a combination of a few different molds to kind of create a different design. So this one's going to be leafy with some roses on it. And the other one is more kind of a scroll fleur-de-lis kind of look. But and as you can see, as it turns white, that's when it's starting to harden. And that happens quite quickly. So now I'm just adding some E6000 to the back of the mold so that I can place it onto the ornament and it stays in place. Now I did use some hot glue as well and I found it worked almost as good. It also worked good on some of the ornaments or some of the molds, sorry, that I told you how you don't want it to round up on the top of the mold. Some of mine did that, so they wouldn't lay perfectly flat onto the ornament, so I was able to kind of caulk around the edges, if you will, with the hot glue. But we're just gonna put them into place, and then we're going to tape them down because this E6000 does take several hours to dry. We're just gonna continue doing the same thing with all 3 ornaments. Taping down, just making sure everything is nice and solid and secure. And then once we remove all of that painter's tape, we're going to go ahead and paint the entire ornament over the molds and everything. So we're using that same pinky peach color that I mixed up. It's a combination of soft pink and apricot. And it's kind of I don't know. It's a peachy pink. That's all I can say. I don't know what color you'd actually call it. But I'm using a pouncing or stippling motion to one, it gets down into all the cracks and crevices of the mold, but also when you're painting on that very soft, it's a glass ornament, so it's a very not soft, but very smooth surface. The pouncing motion will actually just cover better and you won't get all those brush strokes. And now I'm using that deep teal on the other 2 ornaments. I'm using my zebra brushes, my furniture painting brushes, because I just wanted to cover more surface area than using those little artist brushes. But you could use any type of brush that, is going to be lay enough paint on there for you and also kind of keep it semi smooth because you don't want super rough texture on there, unless that is the look you're going for, unless you want to kind of create that frosty kind of velvety look. And there were some of those little glue gun hairs kind of floating around on there. I tried to get them all. I did miss a couple, but just trying to clean that up a little bit and continue pouncing and stippling across the entire ornament. Now these did need 2 coats each on each of the ornaments. After I painted, I placed them on wood skewers inside of a cup to let them dry. So I'm using plastic and a combination of plastic ornaments and glass ornaments, and the process works the exact same. The only thing is with the glass, you have to be a little more cautious when pressing the molds down and getting them flat. You don't want to obviously press too hard because it will shatter in your hand. And then with this really large one, I thought I would try out some of the metallic paint on there to see if I like that on there to give it a little more shimmer. This is the color Carribean and it's Dixie Belle's metallic paint. Then we're just going to take some gold gilding wax and we're going to highlight where those nutcrackers are across the ornament. This one we kept quite simple. If you've not seen one of my other videos in this series, I'm doing a nutcracker tree for my grandchildren. So this is going to be so cute on there. And then we'll add a little more gilding wax to the top hanger because it was silver. And then just pop that on the top and ready to hang on the tree. I would recommend cleaning your hands before doing the finishing touches because I had to touch up some areas from having the blue paint in my hands, but I made a mess of myself. And that's just me. That's how I am. Anyhow, and then we'll just take some more of that gilding wax and highlight the molds on those teal ornaments as well. I am loving that gold shimmer in contrast with the matte teal. It's so pretty and so elegant. And I'm just brushing it on the highlight to highlight the details of the mold. I'm not trying to get down into every nook and cranny. I have one dedicated artist brush that I use for the gilding wax because it is very hard to clean out and then reuse in water-based paint. This is an oil-based product and it has to be put on last. Just remember that. Your water-based paint is not going to stick over the top. You could also use acrylic paint or an all-in-one paint. I'm just using up what I have this year instead of going out and buying all new paint. Now, this project initially might feel a little expensive if you were to have to buy the resin brand new and the molds brand new. That might get a little price, and your ornaments brand new. It might get a little bit pricey, but since I kind of had all these things on hand, think about what you might have in your stash that you could refurbish your ornaments with. So what do you think of the metallic? I'm kind of on the fence. I thought the other one with the matte and the shimmer contrast just it looked a little more elegant and a little more um I don't know, just simpler and cleaner than the metallic. The metallic also highlighted all of um the texture of the ornament itself. So I don't know, it's not my favorite. I will say that. I like the matte. I like the matte a little better. Now on something else, the metallic may have worked great, but just on this one, mm, not it's not my favorite. But I think once it sets, these bigger ornaments I kind of put towards the inside of the tree. I think once the lights hit that shimmer, it's going to be really pretty. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And there they are. Oh my goodness. I am getting so anxious to put this tree together. I've been holding off until all the ornaments are done before I do all of my decorating, and I am overly anxious right now, but I think they came out so pretty. If you haven't seen the rest of the videos in the series, you can go ahead and click that bar that's going to come up here in just a second. There are 12 videos in all this year, and they're slowly coming out one by one. So I hope you've enjoyed it so far. We'll see you tomorrow in the next one.